Hello, Mambo here. Welcome to today's lesson. This is the basic processes of algebra. Under this topic, we shall have quite a number of subtopics, but for today, we shall look at addition and subtraction of algebraic expressions. Addition and subtraction of algebraic expressions. But then, before we go deep into today's lesson, it's very important that we understand the objectives of our lesson for today. Okay, so the objectives are as follows. 1. Learners should identify coefficients and variables in an algebraic expression. Okay, this is the objective number 1. And then the second objective, learners should be able to group like and unlike terms accordingly. Okay, and also learners should be able to add and subtract algebraic expressions. Now, let us look at the first example. Okay, so examples are as follows. The first one is this one. Identify the coefficients and variables in the following expressions. There is 2x plus 3y here, and then there is c minus d. Then question number 2, identify like and unlike terms in the following expressions and group them accordingly. So A, 2x plus 3y minus 4x minus y. And then B, we have 3x plus 4x power 2 minus 5x power 3. Okay, so we can also look at the those examples are 3. So let's look at the other example. The third example is this one, which says simplify the following. A, 2x plus 3y minus 5x minus y. And then B, 3x plus 4x power 2 minus 5x power 3. Okay, so these 3 are the examples for today. So without wasting much of our time, let us begin looking at the solutions. Okay, so when we talk of the variable, the variables are simply the letters in an algebraic expression, while the coefficients are the numbers attached to the letters or to the variables. So in this algebraic expression here, this expression, this one, 2x plus 3y, the variables are the letters. Okay, this letter here, and this letter here are the variables, while these 2 and these 3 here are the coefficients. But I want to mention that this 3, this positive here, belongs to this power, to this number here. Therefore, the coefficient of y here is positive 3. Okay, so in this case we are saying the variables are the letters x and y, while the coefficients are the numbers 2 and 3 for x and y respectively. Okay, so we come to the next question. This one here, 3 minus d, c minus d, sorry. So in c minus d, we can see that c and d are the variables, okay, because they are the letters. Okay, but the coefficient of this c here is 1. There is an invisible 1 here, which only works when there is need. And also the coefficient of this d here is negative 1. There is a 1 here, and this negative sign here belongs to this d, like I mentioned some other time. So therefore the coefficient of this d here is negative 1. Okay, and this is what I've written. The variables are the letters c and d, while the coefficients are the numbers 1 and negative 2 for c and d respectively. Okay, let us look at question number 2. The question says we group the like terms and unlike terms. So we have 2x plus 3y minus 4x minus y. Grouping the like terms means that we need to have the terms that have matching letters put together. So in this case we have x here and there is x there, so meaning that this term here with an x and that term there with an x are like terms, therefore we are going to group them like this. We bring this 2x and this negative 4x together just like this. And also we have y here and y there, so these are also like terms. So this positive 3y and negative y here, we put them together. In this case we will have grouped the terms accordingly. Okay, so now we come to this other expression. This expression here, 3x plus 4x power 2 minus 5x power 3. Quite well, all these are x's. There is x, there is x, there is x. But if you look carefully, you see that the powers here are different. We have power 2, we have power 1 here, and power 2 here, and power 3 here. So while the letters, the coefficients are the same, it is just, while the variable is the same, it is x, 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 but the terms here are not the same because of differences in powers. Therefore, in grouping these in terms of like or unlike terms, the expression remains the same. Why does it remain the same? Because these are unlike terms. Okay, so it just remains the same. Let us come to this expression here. Simplifying this expression, we begin by first grouping the terms accordingly, like and unlike terms. So we have x here and we have x there, so we are going to group this and that together. And also we have y here and y there, we also group y and y together. But what at the end of the day, we have 2x minus 5y minus 5x, then plus 3y here minus y, which gives us, when we subtract, when we work out this part here, we have 2 minus 5, it gives us negative 3. Then and x, we just put the x there. And also here we have positive 3 minus, there is a 1 here, a 1 here. So this one gives us positive 2, positive 3 minus 1 is positive 2. So just put the y here in front or behind. So what we have is negative 3x plus 2y for the answer. But then the ideal way of putting this one or writing this one is where we begin with the positive number here, this positive 2y, we write it in front, and then minus 3x, we write it on the other side. Okay, now we come to the last part, simplifying this expression. As you may have seen, these are all unlike terms. Therefore, when you want to simplify this, there's nothing that we can do because you can't add or subtract like unlike terms. Therefore, this expression remains the way it is, and this is the way it is, and this becomes the answer for now. Okay, so with this, I hope we are heading somewhere. When you have questions, please don't forget to drop in your comments, and when you have issues, don't forget to give me a call. Okay, thank you very much for watching. This has been Mambwe, your tutor.